Hey everyone, and welcome to today's ELA lesson. We're going to go ahead and get started. Let's start with our sight words. What is this word? Good job. This is land. Show me your move. What move do we do? Land. Good job. L-A-N-D, land. I decided to land on only one foot when I jumped up and down. Good job. What's this word? That's right, this word is home, right? What is home? What's our hand motion? Good job, that is H-O-M-E, home, right? Because a home is not a house. A home is filled with love and laughter and happiness, right? That's a home. So H-O-M-E, home, good job. What is this word? That's right, this word is us. Fantastic. What's our motion for us? Right, us, all of us in this meet together, which we're not in a meet together. I have to record, but that's okay. I'll see you all early next week. So this is us, us, us. Or I'll see you later today in intervention. That's also true. So us, good job. Ooh, our favorite one. What is this word? That's right, this word is move, right? And we do M-O-V-E, move, right? M-O-V-E, move. Fantastic job. Good job practicing those words. In phonics, we've been talking about the OLD pattern for words like cold, mold, scold, fold, told, all of those words, okay? So old words. Today, we're going to talk about a long I ending, okay? So this is a different phonics rule with I, N, and D, okay? So Mr. I, Noisy Nick, and Dippy Duck, and this says Eind, okay? So Eind, okay? Remember, it's a D if the donut, okay, comes first. That's a D. So Eind, not Einb, Eind. So we're thinking of words that end with Eind, okay? This is a long I pattern again. So words like mind, okay? Eind, mind, good job. Words like eind, kind. Now, my friends who do onset and rhymes, you could use this as the onset and then these three letters as the rhyme. So, eind, kind. You know what this part says here, so kind. Good. This one, hind. I fell on my hind end. Hind, hind. And then this is our last word today. This word is find, find. I know it looks like find, but it's not because it's another long I vowel phonics rule. So it's find. So we have for today, we have mind. Okay, say them with me. Mind. Good. Kind. Good. Hind. Good. And find. Good job. We're going to practice those more tomorrow, and you will have a seesaw activity tomorrow. But today was just a quick little overview of our Eind vowel phonics rules, okay? What we're going to be talking about today is main topic, okay? So main topic and key details. We've been talking about that all this week. And we are going to read a book. We are going to read a book about honeybees. We're also talking about animal needs and life cycle of animals and things like that in science. So this is a good tie between the two subjects. So Honeybees by Emily Nate, illustrations by Tom Leonard. Let me show y'all a little bit different. There we go. It's springtime. A honeybee zips from bloom to bloom. We see pretty flowers, but she sees dinner. The bee is looking for nectar and pollen. Nectar is a sweet juice. The bee uses her tongue like a straw to suck up the nectar. Pollen is a powder. The bee pushes the pollen into hairy baskets on her back legs, on her hind legs, you could also say, because it also means like back. Then she takes the food back home. Had that IND word stuck in my head. Honeybees live in hives. The inside of an old tree is a good spot for one. Bees build hives out of wax. The wax comes from their bodies. They shape it into small tubes called cells. Thousands of bees live in one hive. The bees work together like a big team. The team has one leader. She is the queen bee. The queen is easy to pick out. She is bigger than the other bees. She is also the only bee that can lay eggs. This queen is laying a tiny egg in the cell. You see the tiny eggs? In a few days, the egg hatches. The baby is called a larva. It looks like a little worm, but not for long. Grown bees feed her, and she grows fast. Soon the larva stops eating. The bees seal her cell with wax. She is ready for a big change. Slowly, she grows wings and legs. Then she chews away the wax seal. Now she is a grown bee. That's pretty cool. The grown bee leaves the hive to look for food. She finds it in a field of flowers, but there is more than she can carry. She goes back to the hive to talk to the other bees. Bees do not use words like we do. They talk by dancing. They walk, wiggle, and shake. Can you imagine if you talked by dancing? How fun of a world we'd live in. Maybe we should start that. Maybe we should stop using spoken language and start using dancing and wiggling to talk to people and communicate. The dance tells the other bees where to find the flowers. I think just everyone would be happier. We'd all laugh all the time. Back at the hive, the bees eat the pollen. The nectar is put in cells. The bees mix in chemicals from their bodies. They fan the cells with their wings. Soon the nectar becomes honey. The bees eat some now. They save the rest for winter. Honey is a treat for bees and for other animals too. The bears try to steal it. They try to steal some honey from the hive, but the bees are fighting back. A honeybee can sting only once. Its stinger gets stuck in the victim's skin. When the honeybee flies away, the stinger is pulled from its body. The honeybee dies soon after. A honeybee. Other types of bees are different. A beekeeper's special clothes protect her from stings. Beekeepers build hives for the bees. They take out honey and wax to sell, but they leave behind plenty for the honeybees. Winter has come. There are no more flowers. It's a good thing the bees saved their honey. It must last all winter. Now they will rest and wait for spring. The end. So that's the end of our book. Now I am going to go back to a page in our book that we are going to go over for our seesaw activity. Okay. So I want to make sure that you all understand how to do our activity today. So I'm going to wait to share my screen and then we can go over it. So the 2 pages you'll see on your seesaw activity are these 2 pages. So honeybees live in hives. The inside of an old tree is a good spot for one. Bees build hives out of wax. The wax comes from their bodies. They shape it into small tubes called cells. Now, what could be a main topic for just these 2 pages? Think about it. What could be a main topic for just these 2 pages? That's right. I would say the same thing. I would say honeybees live in hives. That's just a couple words that describe that that page, right? It's not a ton, it's not too little, it's not too much. It's just a couple short words about these 2 pages right here. Now, something else I would say is for some details is I would say that bees build hives out of wax. That's one detail I would use. So bees build hives out of wax. And then another detail I would say is bees the wax. Oops, I apologize. It came up on my computer. The wax comes from the bees' bodies. So that's something else I would say, is that the wax comes from the bees' bodies. So bees build hives out of wax. Actually might change this just so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. So honeybees live in hives. They build hives out of wax, and the wax comes from the bees' bodies, okay? You could also say that they put the hives inside an old tree as a good spot for one. They shape the hive into small tubes. They shape the wax into small tubes called cells to make the hive, things like that. All of those could be supporting details that support the main topic. It doesn't have to be the 2 I used here. But that is the end of our ELA lesson. So thank you so much for joining me. You'll see another recorded video tomorrow for your remote learning day. Unfortunately, I can't do any live lessons because that is just what is defined by the district. But I will see you all live on Tuesday, and I'll see some of you for intervention today. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.